Hello everybody and welcome to a tutorial on a monitoring tool for project managers. The goal of this tool is to predict final spending starting from the beginning of the life of a project and comparing this predicted final spending with the budget approved by the donor, and consequently understand if we are going in the right direction or if some corrections are needed. Let me start with this first table. This is the big picture of a project, so I'm using this as an example to give you a better explanation of this tool. As you could see, we are talking about a simple Excel file with the several tables. This is let's say the main table, since it gives an overview by headings of a project structure. We see that here are the heading of the project. Here is the situation of the spending up to now. So we see that we have spent about 1,100,000. Here is the summary of the prediction made by the project manager. This forecast will be put in this spreadsheet, the monthly, that I will show you later. And this information is automatically imported by the accountable system DAISY, double entry system. The sum of these two information, so the spending up to date and the future forecast expenditure predicted, is giving us the total end of project information. So this is the prediction. So we see that at the end of the project, we assume to have this structure of spending per heading. This information has to be compared with the budget, official budget approved. Consequently, we move to see on the delta section, delta in total and delta in percentage, how we are managing our project spending. In this case, the rule set by the donor is that is allowed a maximum of 15% difference compared with the budget. So it means that we can spend up to 15% more or lower per single heading. So it means that in this case, we have a forecast of spend 42,000 euro compared to 35, so we have a situation of 120, so exceeding the percentage approved by the donor. So consequently, the tool is highlighting a problem here and here, since we are having an overspend in these two cells compared with the budget approved. So this panel is already giving us some information and is telling us that some attention is needed. What happened is that, of course, we have two options. The first option is immediately to understand if our forecasts are in line, and maybe we can review the forecast and consequently also the spendings, but I assume the spendings is usually okay, is correct, unless there are some huge mistakes made by the administrative part. So the second option, after we have reviewed our internal information and we confirm that this is what we need to spend to have a proper management of the project, a good achievement of it, we have the second option. The second option is to ask a revision of the budget with the donor. So we need to present a budget amendment. Beside this big picture, what we have to do, we can go ahead and just see in detail what are the specific budget line that are giving us this important difference. So what do we have to do? We can move to another table. So this table is exactly giving us the same information we have seen before, but in detail per budget line. So for example, as you could see here in the second column, we can group the budget line related to the heading 02. That was the supplies, equipment and material. So in this case, we have just focused on this group of budget line, and then we see that we have a clear overspend on this budget line, furniture and equipment. So the 700,203, this is the internal coding of this budget line, is saying that we spent 5.5 already, 4.6 thousand euro in the forecast. Consequently, we foreseen at the end of the project to present a final report to the donor of 10,000 euro compared with the 2,000 euro in the budget. So an important difference. So definitely this table is the table that we have to use to talk with the donor and to see. In this is now I move to the second heading. There was the 704 with this overspent foreseen of 23,000 euro. And we see that it's related mainly to these two specific budget lines, the minivan rent and the rental of building. So we do need more money on this specific budget line. And of course, consequently, we need to identify what are the other budget lines with underspent, so we can move money from those budget lines to this budget line that they need more money than the money approved in the budget. Okay, so this is just to give you a first introduction where you can see that from these two tables, the monitor table, you have the big picture of the project organized per heading. So this is in a glance, you immediately may find out some problems in the structure of the project, and in the totals, you can just dig inside of it and to look for details of what are the budget lines that require a bit of attention. What else? Now I would move to show you how you can define this column, the forecast. The same thing that you can see here, the forecast table. This section is identified exactly from this part, the monthly section. As you could see here, we have in the list of all budget line in evidence, and at the right side we have several columns according the length of the project, and in according all the months of the project. In each month you have the actual column that is telling us what is the spending up to date, and a column related with the forecast for the specific month. I will now stop this first part of presentation to give a more focus on the monthly section on the part 2 of this training, of this tutorial.